Money, a taboo topic that we all fear talking about because it's personal information. It may offend someone to bring it up, or people may just be uncomfortable talking about it. For me though, the motive has always been to make as much money as possible, save as much money as possible, and invest as much money as possible. Whether that may be in stocks or real estate or in my business, which if you guys don't know, I own a tech company which I started while being 17 years old with a few co-founders. But that's for another video though. Basically, the point is I've tried every way possible to make money, from flipping iPhones, flipping MacBooks and computers, and way more. But oftentimes, the best way to make some simple money are right in front of us. In this video, I'm going to be revealing the 7 most simple things you could buy tomorrow that will in turn make you money. And most of these items have ROIs much higher than investing in the stock market, the bond market, or real estate. So let's get it. So the first item, but probably not the most surprising one on this list, is a coffee machine or a coffee maker, especially if you're a woman. Because on average, women spend more money on coffee than men. Buying a coffee maker is one of those investments that will very quickly end up paying for itself, especially if you're a big coffee drinker. Some stats about how much Americans spend drinking coffee are flat out just haunting. On average, Americans spend anywhere between $1,900 to $2,300 on coffee a year, which is a little worrying to think about. To put things into perspective, if you contributed that amount of money to an ETF like the SPY or the VOO each year for 40 years, it would grow to $550,000. So you could think of it like Americans are losing $550,000 to drinking coffee, which is why everyone should buy a coffee machine if they're big coffee drinkers. Coffee machines cost about $1,000 to a few $1,000s, which will pay itself off in about a year or so, and you could contribute all that other leftover money to something like an ETF or another investment. The second thing you should buy that will make you money are solar panels, especially for your roof. The average American spends about $115 in electricity bills each month, which is kind of a waste. And not to mention, the method used to produce that electricity is not sustainable. So if someone were to buy enough solar panels for their house, they would save on average about $1,300 a year, which is pretty substantial money. What I do want to note is that this one is only for people that live in pretty sunny states like Nevada, California, Arizona, Texas, etc. It probably doesn't make sense for people living in cloudy and dark places like Maine or New York. Not only will this purchase make you money, but it will also be good for the environment, and it seems like it's almost inevitable anyway. Everyone will eventually switch to fully solar in the future, so switching now will just put you ahead of the curve and let you make money in the process. The third thing you can buy to make money is Bitcoin, NFTs, or any crypto-related thing in general. Now, obviously, you have to be smart and do your own research and due diligence for this one, but cryptocurrency is here to stay, and it's just a matter of time before it gets mass adopted. Crypto is revolutionizing how things are done, and there's even a project happening right now where people are attempting to sell a house through an NFT. This is a topic for another video, but if this successfully goes through, which it seems like it will, there may not be a need for real estate agents anymore. So definitely, I think buying some larger cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, or maybe even an NFT if you're feeling really, really good about it, could make you money. It's clear that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is here to stay. What I want to highlight with this one though is that this could also potentially lose you money if you make a bad investment decision. Hey, sorry for interrupting the video. I was just here editing this video and I noticed that 97.3% of you guys are not subscribed, so I just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe and like this video if you like what you're seeing. The fourth thing to buy that will make you money is an electric car. Now hear me out on this one, because I do realize that not everyone has 43 grand to go buy a Tesla right now, but seriously, this purchase could make you a lot of money in the long run. As gas prices go up, especially with rising inflation, it seems to make more and more sense to switch to an electric car. The price to charge a Tesla for full range is like cents on the dollar compared to refueling a full tank of gas. Also, something to consider is that if you buy a Tesla right now with the full self-driving package, it could be one of the cars that appreciates in value over time because they'll be doing updates on the self-driving. Since Tesla has software in the cars, each time they come out with a revolutionary new feature through the software update, the car appreciates in value. So Teslas and electric cars are one of the only cars that have the potential to appreciate in value over time due to all the tech they have embedded inside of them. Some cheap options for electric cars are the Tesla Model 3 at $44,000, the Mini Cooper SE for $30,000, the Nissan Leaf for $32,000, and the Ford Mustang Mach-E for $44,000. The fifth thing you should buy to make money is real estate. Now, this should have been an obvious one, and I bet you guys saw this coming, but real estate is a constantly appreciating asset which goes up in value on average about 4% a year. Now, you could purchase real estate as an investment property and rent it out to tenants to make some cash flow while gaining appreciation. You could fix and flip real estate, or you could just buy real estate to live in and reap the rewards of the appreciation. This one was pretty obvious, and I don't have much more to say about it. The sixth thing to buy is gold jewelry. Gold was the only thing that was here on Earth before humans arrived, and this is the only thing that will stay when humans leave. Cash will disappear, money will disappear, but gold is the only thing that'll stay. Gold is also an asset that appreciates on average about 10.6% a year, which makes it a better investment than real estate, stocks, and most other asset classes. Now, I understand that not everyone has the money to go purchase gold jewelry, but it's also one of the only investments you can wear. I think if you can afford it, you should purchase gold not only because it looks cool, but because it also appreciates in value. Just be careful it doesn't get stolen though. Now, last but certainly not least, you should buy the book called The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I first read this book a couple years ago, and it completely changed how I think about investing and money. The main thing I learned from this book was value investing. The book taught me how to analyze the fundamentals of a business and invest in assets and securities based on the facts and based on the data underneath them, rather than the current market sentiment or noise about that particular asset or security. I definitely recommend this book to everyone, and I attached a link to it in the description if you want to go check it out. Add me on TikTok and Instagram at Thiru Show, and subscribe or don't, I don't know. Peace.